Hello Tarotia and welcome to 8D Tarot. Before we get started, please put your headphones in so you can receive these messages in 8 directional sound. We are heading into our second eclipse of eclipse season on April 8th. We have a solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. Lots of messages around sovereignty and personal power, and where you may have things to learn to revisit during Mercury retrograde around being powerful versus being codependent. Lots of things to consider here today. So I wanted to pull some general energies for the collective around the eclipse. And let's see what comes forward. Okay, these are some intense energies, which does make sense for eclipse season. This is talking about a lot of messages around cycles and endings and moving forward, releasing things from the past that have been painful and honoring that pain in order to move forward in a new way. So the self here, representing the collective, we have the Death card. So if this message resonates for you, you could be going through a cycle of endings and beginnings, really a rebirth cycle here with the Death card. Being an Aries season, that is the start of a new astrological year. It is about new beginnings. It's about being open to change that is coming regardless if you're open to it or not. It is a sense of moving forward with some grace. Here in the second position, this represents the subconscious for the collective. We have the Three of Swords. So whenever there's an ending and something that maybe you didn't actively choose, something that was brought into your life, something that was brought into your environment, there's the possibility here for some grief, some sorrow and heartbreak. If that is not consciously processed and honored and experienced, it can stick around for a while. So there's some guidance coming forward already to consider how you're feeling. Consider where you are positioning yourself to move forward and where you might still be bound to what's come before. The third position here, we have the Sun, representing the Sun card for the solar eclipse. This is what's conscious. You have the Eight of Cups, moving away from something. Again, it feels quite cyclical, like something's finished and you're choosing your path. So the Eight of Cups speaks about moving away from something that is no longer serving you. It's not just movement for the sake of movement. It's going towards something that's true. Something that you can leave behind during the eclipse season. You have the Tower, card of Scorpio, and also Aries for me as a reader, for Mars energy. Something to leave behind is something that fell down, something that ended. This could be something that was quite sudden and unexpected, but it was also very likely something that wasn't on a solid foundation. So having that openness to cyclical change, to beginning again, leaving behind something that its time had come. Something to begin during the eclipse season. You have the Queen of Wands, more fire energy. That is an energy of boldness, of confidence, of passion, of certainty, highly aligned with Aries energy, and as I was saying earlier, really about personal power and sovereignty, not feeling like a victim of external circumstances and things over which you had no control, but instead choosing to honor your power and process whatever you have to process and move forward in a new way. And how do you move into this Queen of Wands energy? You have the Strength card, card of Leo, more fire energy. This is really all about self-confidence and courage. It's a card about effort. It's a card about requiring strength and needing to really put in the effort to make a change, but it's possible here. I feel like processing this grief and making the choice to walk towards something new is really pivotal. So it's a very fiery reading so far. Let's take a closer look. Let's clarify. Okay, with our clarifying cards, this self energy here, on the Death card, you have the Lovers and the Daughter of Swords. This is really talking about where you experience things beyond your control, how you can still have a choice. That no matter what external events you have happen in your life, things that you encounter, the things that happen to you and to those that you care about, there will always be a choice for you in terms of what to let in, what to feel, what to prioritize, how to respond. You do still have that self-sovereignty here. Such strong Aries energy coming out in this reading so far. So with the Lovers and the Daughter of Swords, if there's a situation in which there's been a difficult change, an ending, something that once was present that is no longer possible, it has changed, it has ended. With the Lovers and the Daughter of Swords, it's asking you to consider, where do you still have a choice that you can make to think in a new way, do things differently, have some curiosity. If a chapter has ended, you can grieve that chapter, but have some curiosity for what the next chapter could look like. What are new things that could be possible now with a new vantage point? On this subconscious energy, that Three of Swords, that grief, you have the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. This is really underlining the idea that if you are not aware of and honoring the sense of sadness, of grief, there's continued energy of feeling alone here and really just waiting, hoping that suddenly one morning you'll wake up and there won't be a sense of heaviness around it. And in order to really process the Three of Swords energy, you have to recognize that it leads to wisdom. Once it's been honored and dealt with and released, it leads to wisdom. It leads to new choices and new opportunities, new ways of thinking, new ways of feeling. The conscious energy here with that Eight of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So you have two cards here specifically speaking to movement, moving on, leaving something behind. And in the middle of those cards, you have that Two of Pentacles, balance. So if you've had a tower situation here, towers often stem from situations that weren't balanced in the first place. So with this guidance to consider where you still have a choice to make and a decision that does fall within your power, your personal power, what's the balance you want to strike between staying where you are and moving forward, leaving things behind and welcoming new things in? There's really clear guidance coming forward to seek balance in where you are and where your attention is focused. The thing to leave behind during the eclipse, on that tower, you have the Ace of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands. This tower situation here that you're being guided to leave behind could very likely have represented something that you'd worked really hard for with that Ace of Pentacles, something that you were attempting to create, possibly in relation to your physical world, your home, your money, your job, how you lived your life. And with that Seven of Wands, it really feels like a stubbornness, a resistance to letting the tower fall. That also feels really aligned with this Death card situation and the Three of Swords. It can be really difficult to have something that you have really been working hard for and feel that you deserve, and you very likely do deserve. But with this guidance here to leave this in the past, recognize that after the Tower in the deck comes the Star, the transformation, the healing, the growth, and the hope. So really consider where you are holding yourself back with Seven of Wands energy, feeling like you're digging your heels in and clinging to something that has fallen or is in the midst of falling. What to welcome in with that Queen of Wands energy, Nine of Wands, and the Tower again. This is beautiful energy. It is talking about stepping into an energy of more personal power, confidence, drive, excitement, and knowing that you are worthy of all of the things that you are seeking. With the Wounded Warrior here with the Nine of Wands and the Tower, it's building on this energy here that when negative things happen in your life, when you are hurt or you've been through something difficult, you've been wounded, through that healing process, that's when you get to know yourself even more and what you're truly capable of and how strong you are. It's like how Rumi says, the wound is where the light gets in. Having two towers here, talking about moving from a space of loss to a space of confidence and courage and fire and passion. This is really perfect and beautiful energy for an eclipse in Aries. And for the how, the next steps for how to get into this energy of power. On that Strength card, you have the Four of Wands and the Father of Wands. More fire energy. Opportunities for celebration. Opportunities for a gratitude practice. This really feels really aligned with a gratitude practice. Having been through some stuff and processing that stuff, making a move to put yourself in a better situation. When you are expressing gratitude for all the things that you have, and I think also in this particular situation, all the things that you've learned and survived, and how that has strengthened you, when you have gratitude for those things, it creates more space for new things to come in. And that Father of Wands energy, leveling up even from the Queen to the King, looking at where you have an opportunity to really feel sustainable power and drive and motivation for your life. It's a really beautiful spread stemming from a situation that I think was pretty challenging and could have left you feeling a bit powerless. Definitely lots here about claiming your power and having dominion over what it is you're working on. So let's finish the reading with an oracle card, see what else comes out. Okay, we are ending the eclipse reading with the Fog Alchemy oracle card. This is talking all about things that are not clear, things that are uncertain. I feel as if this is really resonating with this idea that something's happened and there's a sense of grief and heartbreak and a real desire to move on, to change something, to physically or spiritually advance into a new situation. But there's choices to be made here, and things aren't particularly clear. But something in nature that dispels fog is, of course, heat. And all of these fire energies, all of these wands and these major arcanas that are really fiery for this solar eclipse in Aries, having the focus on your fire energy, your excitement, your drive, your creativity, your passion, stepping into a sense of here's who I am and here's what I want and here's how I'm going to get it will really dispel this sense of fogginess, the lack of clarity. Allow that sun energy, that fire energy to really permeate things, and welcome in a sense of knowing your worth and going after it. So happy eclipse season. I hope that resonates for you. If it does, please subscribe so you can join us again next time.